And this is the story of Mark chapter 4, verses 35 to 41. So far, in the book of Mark, we have seen Jesus do some amazing things. We have seen that Jesus has power over the law, power over demons, power over sickness, and even the power to forgive sins. But now, you will begin to see how much power Jesus actually has. Prepare for something you have never expected. The battle is between Jesus and nature. And nature doesn't stand a chance. This story is coming soon. Now. The story begins with Jesus telling his disciples that he wants to go over to the other side of the lake. So they all hop into a boat and sail away. Jesus has been crazy busy with his hectic teaching schedule, not to mention all the people that he's been healing and helping. He is so exhausted that he finds a nice cushion in the back of the boat and he goes to sleep. The sea that Jesus is sailing on is the Sea of Galilee. It is about 700 feet below sea level, and Mount Hermon is located to the north. These facts create the perfect condition for storms, and it was quite common for storms to blow over the mountain without any warning. And this is what happened on this day. The clouds moved in. It got very dark. The wind started to blow, and the rain came down. Many of the disciples are experienced fishermen. Therefore, they're used to these kinds of storms. So when the winds started blowing, they're not afraid. When the winds get stronger, they start taking extra precautions. Lower the sails, batten down the hatches, row for shore. But none of this helped. The winds got stronger and stronger until they became hurricane-force winds, and the waves got bigger and bigger. Until the waves started to come over the side of the boat. Started to bail the water, but nothing was working. They would have likely started to bail out anything in the boat that they didn't absolutely need. Clothing. Everything but the kitchen sink. Oh, well, maybe even the kitchen sink. And then they noticed Jesus. He's still sleeping. That can't be right. Surely the Bible doesn't tell us that Jesus slept when all of his friends were fighting for their lives. Now, the disciples aren't very happy when they see Jesus sleeping. They think that Jesus is being uncaring. They think that Jesus doesn't care if they live or die. And then Jesus wakes up, and he is not happy. He stands up, and he yells at the wind, "Shut up!" And instantly, the wind stopped. Instantly, the water was completely calm. Then Jesus turned and he looked at his disciples and he expressed his annoyance to them. Jesus asked them why a storm would scare them. Don't you have any faith? Don't you have faith that God can protect you from nature? Don't you have faith that God loves you? Don't you have faith that I love you? During the storm, we're told that the disciples are afraid. But after the storm, we're told that the disciples are terrified. They are terrified because the storm had immense power, and they were helpless against it. But Jesus demonstrated unimaginable power. Who is Jesus that the winds and the waves obey him? And that is the story of Mark chapter 4, verses 35 to 41.